Welcome back to Middle-earth Quest. One correction, you can just see it over in the corner here. This last token, the fourth one I placed on, should have gone in the middle section there with the drawing cards, because that was the last thing we did. So that's where that token should be. Alright, let's begin Middle-earth Quest. It is now time for Eometh to take his turn. He's currently hanging out here in Isengard, after doing lots of damage on his last turn against us, the Sauron player. So let's figure out what we're going to do for his turn. First thing we do on the hero turn is a rest step. Now he has quite a few cards in his damage pile and his rest pile, but he's not going to rest. He's got enough that he's going to press on. Alright, let's zoom down. His next thing, well, it's the ambush step. There's nobody here to ambush him, so we'll skip that one. And it's on to the travel step. So we're going to zoom down and we're going to figure out where he's starting to go. And yes, us, as the Sauron player, we have his arm grow strong. Play after a hero moves into a non-haven location. Oh yeah, we'll be doing that right away. So let's zoom down and see what Eometh is up to. Alright, Eometh has 8 cards in hand. He has a horse, of course, so he can reduce the number in these locations by 1. So basically he could either play a forest card, he's going to Fangorn, I should say, his first move, or he can discard any 1 card because he has a horse, which reduces any pathway, not river way, but pathway by 1. And so I think he's just going to go ahead and play one of these Reckless cards, which we saw in his battle last time with the Tree of Gondor symbol on it. He will not discard, he'll go to his rest pool, that's where you discard, and he moves over here to Fangorn with his horse. And the second he does that, oh yes, the second he does that, Sauron player us will play his arm has grown long. Play after a hero enters a non-haven location. Well, that would be right there in Fangorn. The location is treated as if perilous until the end of the hero's turn. So he moved into a perilous space because we made it perilous. It says, it may have been a trick of the wind in the cracks and gullies of the rock wall, but the sounds were those of shrill cries and wild howls of laughter. So, we're playing that card. Nice. We do have 4 influence in our shadow pool, and that card only took 2. So what happens is, I'm going to back the camera out. This space he just moved into, which is a non-haven space, is perilous. How does perilous work? Let's find out. Alright, how perilous works is we have a perilous deck, and we're just going to give that a shuffle. Like I said, so nobody thinks I'm cooking the decks and cheating, which I am not. But anyway, we're just going to shuffle. We're going to shuffle all the decks before we pull cards anyhow, just to, I don't know, just to mix things up a little bit. Alright, so what we do is we pull 3 cards as Sauron, and we get to choose one of them to do something bad to Eometh. So we either have any location in the Misty Mountains or Mirkwood, which is exactly where he is. He is in the, I believe, Misty Mountain region. So we could play this card. Mount Gundabad, well, we can't play that one because we're not in Mount Gundabad. And any location in Rohan or Gondor, he's not. So this is a card that applies. Now, if none of them applied, we wouldn't be able to play them. So there you go. That's the way it works. Alright, let's zoom down on this card, this Peril card, and see what we can do against Eometh. Alright, we're going to take a look at this card. It says, any location, so this is going to work. Undying Regret. The slain elf lay by the side of the tree, another that would not be traveling to the Grey Havens. It seemed not even the secret paths known only to the elves were safe. The shadow over southern Mirkwood was now stirring, and the eaves of Lorien were no longer safe. Add 2 influence to the shadow pool. Darn it, we can't. We're already at our maximum. Sauron may then place 1 influence and 1 monster token on any location in the hero's current region, excluding the hero's current location. I do believe we have to follow the influence and monster placement tokens, though. So it's too bad we can't add influence to the shadow pool, but we can place an influence and a monster token on any location in the hero's current region. His current region is the Misty Mountains. So, wow, we get to just hammer down an influence and a monster in the Misty Mountains. Let's do it. Okay, it would appear that there are only 2 valid Misty Mountain locations, because we can't put Lothlorien. We can't put a monster or influence here because it doesn't attach to any of our current influence. So the only place we can put influence is Gladden Fields or Roscabel, right here. So we're going to go ahead and grab an influence, and we'll put it, we'll go ahead and put it on the Gladden Fields. And with putting that on the Gladden Fields, we'll grab a monster, and I think we'll put the monster also on the Gladden Fields. So we grab one of these monster tokens that has Misty Mountains and the Mirkwood on it, and it's nothing. But the heroes don't know that, so it just makes this seem a little bit more perilous to them. So there we go. So we have maybe a monster here that the heroes don't know about at the Gladden Fields, plus an influence. All right, that was how we do the Peril. So we're back to Eometh, and he can continue on now with his turn. All right, Eometh is going to continue on his journey after meeting that dead elf up against the tree in Fangorn. That was pretty cool. And so he's got a bunch of cards left. He's got 7 cards left. He will continue moving. So once again, he's on his horse, so he can either spend any card or 1 forest card. And so his 1 any card, I think he's going to go ahead and play. He's got another reckless card. He's going to play that again, just as any 1 card to move. And he's going to move to Lothlorien. And we can only play as Sauron 1 of these cards per turn, per player turn or per our own turn. All right, he's going to continue moving. So he's really a sucker for punishment, apparently. So he is going to play a forest card and move himself to Dol Guldur, which is a perilous location. Why is he going there? We don't know. But now there's another perilous location. So yes, indeed, we're going to grab another 3 peril cards right here. And give the rest of them a shuffle. I discarded the other ones. I think if you use them all up, then you just reshuffle the entire deck again. I'm not sure, but I will definitely have to do that afterwards, otherwise there's no more peril. So 3 more cards for Sauron. And let's see what we have. We have any location in the Grey Mountains or Ruder. So he is... Oh man, is he in the Grey Mountains? Yes, he is. I believe he is. I think that's a valid card. The Ruins of Angmar. He's not on the Ruins of Angmar. And Dol Guldur. Oh, yeah. I think we have to go straight up with the Dol Guldur card, because it's probably the worst. But I will double check the other one, and then we'll come right back, take a closer look at it. All right, this was the only valid card. It says the Hill of Black Magic. As the trees gave way to flat stone, the fortress came into view, high above the thorny inclined battlements, and the black teeth of crenellations cut into the drifting mist. A fetid damp was in the air, seeming to carry dark thoughts on the wind, and ill wish in every breath. If the hero's wisdom is less than or equal to the number of plot cards in play, he is dealt 5 damage, and his turn immediately ends. Yes! His wisdom... Oh no, his wisdom's 2. Oh darn, I thought his wisdom was 1. His wisdom is 2. So if the hero's wisdom is less than or equal. Ah, darn it, it's not. The number of plot cards in play, he's dealt 5 damage. Oh, so his turn doesn't end. So he just has a creepy time showing up at Dol Guldur. Darn it, it didn't pan out the way we wanted as Sauron, but there it is. So let's continue on then with Eometh's turn. Alright, why Eometh has chosen to go to Dol Guldur is because that is his advanced quest, is to explore Dol Guldur. So let's zoom down on that card. He's exploring there. Now that doesn't end his movement, but it is something he can do at Dol Guldur. It was a perilous spot. He overcame the peril card, and now he's exploring. And he's going to be completing one of his quests. Darn it. And Eometh is really starting to get on Sauron's nerves. Okay, so this is his advanced quest. Wow, 2 turns and 2 quests completed. Hill of Sorcery. The orcs that had recently been crossing the Anduin into the wold were too well equipped to be more straight bands. Seek their source, the king had said. Eometh feared this would lead him into the evil land that was southern Mirkwood. So he's exploring Dol Guldur. Reward, gain 2 favor or 1 level of agility. He has only 1 agility. So does he want 2 favor? Or does he want an agility? I might roll the die for that. Sauron must then choose to either discard a plot card from his hand or 2 influence from the shadow pool. Oh man, this is painful. Okay, I got to figure out if he's going to gain 2 favor or a level of agility. And then we as Sauron have to choose. We either have to discard a plot card from hand, or we have to remove 2 influence from the shadow pool. Oh, tough decisions for both. So we'll come right back and decide. Okay, let's do our decision first. So these are our plot cards. We do want to keep this one for sure, Osgiliath Invaded. So we don't want to discard that one. We want to keep that one for sure. This one now, can we get rid of this one? Affects a location of Sauron's choice, containing a character token and at least 1 monster token or minion. That's a little bit harder for us to do, and it only, well, it advances the ring 2 spaces. I kind of like this one too, because we have Dane way up in the north, and we might be able to get some influence over there and then stick a monster there. And then we'd be able to play this the next time. Maybe. Something to think. Oh man, so do we want to get rid of 2 out of our shadow pool? When it becomes our turn again, though, then we can end up... but if we take 2 out of our shadow pool, we can't play Dark Promises. Play at the start of combat. So I think we are going to discard this plot card as much as it pains Sauron to do so. We have, I guess, little choice. We want to be able to play that that card. So I believe that is discarded out of the game, I think. Unless it goes, I think it might go to the bottom. I think all the plots keep recycling. It goes to the bottom of the plot card. Although, actually, I think it says discard, so I think we're going to discard it. It's gone, because it said discard on that quest. Alright, now we got to figure out what Eometh's up to. Alright, Eometh had the choice. 2 favor or upgrade his agility. His agility's only 1, so you know what he's doing? He is upgrading his agility to 2. Agility allows you to increase your strength during a fight, or lets you draw cards during a fight. So I think he's going to pump that up. He can get some extra favor if he goes and interacts with another hero or a character. So I think he's going to go the agility route. Alright, let's continue on with Eometh's turn. He still has a bunch of cards for movement. If he wants to keep moving, he can. So let's figure out what he's up to. But Eometh was not deterred. He continues on. He's going to keep moving. Wow. So he's going to take his horse and he's going to ride over to the South Eaves. And he can discard any 1 card, because he has a horse. A darn horse. So he's just going to discard this card. It's a hill symbol, but he doesn't really care. He's going to discard that. He's going to move over here. There's nothing to do there. No exploring. He is going to move on to the Blight. And he's going to keep going. So he's going to take a hill card. Just 1 card, because he has his horse. Let me double check the horse. Just the movement cost for you to move along any path is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. Wow. The horse is a powerful thing. So he moves to the Blight by knocking off that card. And then he will use the Forest card here. To move the final space that he wants to go, which is right over here to Dane the Second. So he is in Lake Esgaroth with Dane. He will interact with Dane. Now he can either take 2 favor, or he can train twice. And I think he's going to train twice, because he's just a beefcake fighter. So he's going to train twice. So what he does is he takes the training deck. I'll give this another shuffle. And he gets to put these right in his hand. So he gets to draw 2 of them. We're not going to see them because we're the Sauron player. And he gets to put that right into his hand. So he's going to put 1 card in his hand. The other one gets discarded. And he does that twice. This is just ridiculous. Okay, let's see. It's, oh, cool. All right, so I'm going to take that. And he is going to discard this. All right, so he's trained twice. And he's not finished yet because he has trust in friendship. There were 2 favor on there. Each hero loses a favor. So Eometh had this card. The center gives this card to Eometh. After the hero explores a location containing a character, which he just did, or another hero, he gains this favor and then discards this card. So Eometh gets 2 favor, and this card gets dumped. Wow! Is he finished yet? Because he still has 4 cards in his hand. Let's see what else Eometh is up to. Wow, this is getting pretty ridiculous. So yes, Eometh will move 1 more time. There is a 2 cards to go from Lake Esgaroth to the Woodland Realm. So he's going to go to Free People Stronghold, the Woodland Realm, and he's just going to discard 1 card with a sun symbol. It doesn't matter. He has a horse. That horse is our bane. And that's good. He's going to end his movement there, and he's going to go into the encounter step. Now he is in a Free People Stronghold, so he will be having an encounter from this deck. So let me back the camera out, and he's going to do that. It's the end of his turn then. I can already tell Eometh is going to be a problem child. So we've already done these cards, so I'm going to put those there discarded. These are the ones that aren't discarded. And like I said, I'm going to shuffle these decks just because, why not? Nothing says you can't do that. So 3 cards for him. And he will, of course, choose the one that actually works. Any location, the lowest one. The Woodland Realm. Is he in the Woodland Realm? Oh my god, he's in the Woodland Realm. Or Erebor. So he's not in Erebor. He is in the Woodland Realm, and it's a 2 at any location. So the 2 trumps the 5. He will be doing the Woodland Realm. So he goes there to report the dead elf in Fangorn, apparently. And now something I'm sure good is going to happen to him in the Woodland Realm. So let's check it out. Alright, here we are in the Woodland Realm. The enchanted stream. The dark water seemed at first innocent, undeserving of the dire warnings that had been spoken of it. Yet the eerie absence of fish, fowl, or wildlife along its shores hinted at its dangers, of the contagion that sprung from the mountains of southern Mirkwood, and the evil which had long dwelt there. If your agility is less than the number of influence in your region, discard 1 favor and draw a corruption card. What? This is supposed to be something good. Okay, so if your agility is less than the number of influence in your region. Oh, I don't know if we've got any influence in that region. Because that's, oh no, we've got a ton of influence in the Misty Mountain region. And we have pretty much no influence at all. Darn it! We should have been doing influence. No, we don't have any influence there, so nothing bad happens to him. His agility's 2, he just pumped it up, is less than the number of influence. Oh man, discard a favor and draw 1 corruption. That would have been nice, but it's not happening. So basically, he looked into the dark waters of the enchanted stream and didn't get paralyzed by it. Darn it. All right, that's going to be it. We're going to zoom out, wrap up our episode for today. Eometh's turn. All right, well, that's going to wrap up our episode for today, and there you go. So it just shows you how important it is to spread as much influence as the Sauron player as possible all over the world. There we go. So currently a Beravor coming up tomorrow. He's currently sitting in Rivendell, and we've got Eometh over in the Woodland Realm. Man, Eometh just boogied right across the country, took 2 perilous situations. Man, he's just motoring on that rotten steed that he has. If there's some way to get rid of his horse, and we're going to have to figure out if there is any way to do that. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. Middle-earth Quest with Eometh and Beravor. Beravor, yes. coming up tomorrow against us, the Sauron player. We have a nice plot enacted at the moment over in Mount Gundabad. However, I don't like the fact that the two heroes are also close to our plot. Don't want them getting rid of it. Alright, thanks so much. Hope to see you tomorrow for the continuation.